Welcome, everyone, to the premiere edition of the 6 Minute Daily. That's right, we are not live. This is a live premiere. We will be back in just 2 days with the live show. So, we pre-recorded this one, including this sound check. We're going to do this the same way we always do, even though we're not live. So, get ready for the countdown. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whenever you're watching. Thank you for watching this premiere edition of the 6 Minute Daily. That's right. Thank you very much for being here. We've got just this one and tomorrow before we'll be back to live shows in the studio, and that should be a lot of fun. I do appreciate all of you being here. It's been a lot of fun to be in the chats live with you guys while these are premiering, and I do appreciate your support. But we do have some stories to cover, and we want to get to them quickly, so let's get going. First of all, Spotify's discovery mode is being probed by the House Judiciary Committee. It's kind of interesting as Representatives Jerry Nadler and Hank Johnson Jr. are concerned the feature could lead to lower pay for artists and fewer choices for consumers. This is kind of interesting. Nadler's not exactly a tech-savvy human being. He's somebody who didn't even know whether or not a particular Marxist group, existed in the country. People that were going around burning stuff down didn't even know those folks existed. Couldn't confirm. It was an idea to someone like Nadler. So I'm not sure how he would know. Hank Johnson Jr. I'm not familiar with. Probably should learn a little bit about him. But there is a discovery feature in a lot of different programs, guys. And you seem to be worried about lower pay for artists and fewer choices for consumers. Boy, you should start looking into doing some, antitrust investigations. Try to start pointing the finger at some of these giant megacorps that are trying to create a monoculture, and you're helping them do it. But I think this is kind of interesting, and it's a story that should get a little bit of time, so here we are. A new feature Spotify is testing out in a pilot program has caught Congress's attention. Discovery Mode, which was first announced in the fall, lets artists and labels agree to take a lower royalty rate on certain tracks in exchange for higher priority in its algorithms. Well, it's a form of pay to play, but again, you are trying to get your name out there if you're an artist. So yeah, it could lead to that for the people who wanted to get discovered. I think that after a period of time, they would probably renegotiate and or change things with Spotify. I don't know. We'll see. But if they are taking a look at this, they need to take a look at some of the newer stuff that YouTube's trying to do in paying its creators through a royalty system, et cetera, et cetera. And if you haven't taken care of the tax stuff that you already needed to as a YouTube partner program person, you probably should try to fill that information out because you had until the end of this month and they are going to try to take the maximum withholding from you based on their statements. So anyway, I didn't want to spend this long on this, but let's move on. We have Los Angeles studio Singularity 6 revealing a massively multiplayer online simulation games. And this game comes to you from a former Riot Game executive, Anthony Duong, and Aiden Karabakh. And you know what? It's kind of a decent idea. It looks pretty amazing, and it's supposed to be set in a Breath of the Wild kind of setting. It has a neighborhood system, which is good, and a lot of customization options, and of course, a bunch of NPCs. Not the NPCs that we deal with on a day-to-day basis in, our day-to-day lives or in Twitter or, in Facegram or Instabook or any of those places, but actual NPCs, non-player characters. So I'm kind of looking forward to this. It is called Palia, Palia, and it's supposed to be a living simulation. So I'm very much looking forward to this. Essentially, you are the last survivors in a place that humanity is now extinct or gone or vanished from the equation. Kind of cool. Moving on from there, Scooter Braun seems to be involved in something quite serious, a $200 million legal dispute over his private equity fund. This guy named Peter Commissar, he was a former vice chairman at Guggenheim Securities, says he was lured into the startup with a talk from Braun. Trying to tap into, hundreds of millions of dollars. Braun says Commissar is trying to extort him, demanding a significant chunk of cash because he's got an impending sale of $1.05 billion of Braun's holding company, Ithaca. Yeah, I'd say somebody could come to your door looking for some money. They filed suit and arbitration against each other almost simultaneously, so this is going to end up somewhere. They're going to have the dispute settled. It's going to be weird. We'll move to the last story very quickly. Gray, which we've talked about before, has boosted the acquisition price for Meredith's local TV stations to $2.83 billion. They really want them. And you can't blame them. It's one of the ways to get your foot in the door in the distribution of linear television. And Meredith has got a lot of television stations. Gray's trying to increase their holdings. Makes an awful lot of sense. This is one of those business moves that made sense at the lower price. It makes sense even at $2.83 billion, even though it's nearly, $100 million more. Anyway, thanks so much for being here, guys. I truly appreciate it. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.
Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.